Alright, we're ready. Plug my headset fully in. There we go. Good to go. Right, we've got some AEW, All Elite Wrestling. We are heading towards Fight for the Fallen, which is our next pay-per-view, which is after our edition of Monday Night Dynamite, which is tonight. Then we head into the pay-per-view. Then we have the 4-week build right up until All Out. And yeah. So, looked at a few people are in because it was something I wanted to announce regarding. I found out it was an option in the save and we're going to go with it. But something that could certainly change it up. Certainly add a lot more variety to what we can look to do going forward. And I think I'm just going to hover over it. What we'll do, we'll book Monday Night Dynamite because we don't technically need this to happen till after the show. So we'll jump in. Just a reminder, our owner goals from Tony Khan. Not fall under regional. Not fall below 7th in the company rankings. Can't hire anyone who is classed as a mixed martial arts crossover. Can't hire or extend the contract of anyone who has problems with the law. And we can't hire any psychopaths. Excuse me. So let's crack on. The plan is to just stream through to 12 o'clock. I think that's not too long before NXT, so I need to sit and watch that. And Penta has arranged a video game tournament. You always get a wee bit of fear there, like, oh no, I don't fall in trouble with the law. Right, so Pac's working elsewhere, so we're only missing Pac tonight. So we are going to be missing a few of these matches, which is annoying. I'm going into the show coming up, but that is what it is. So I think tonight we are going to end with a main event of Cody versus one of the Bucks, but I need to see Matt's still injured, so we're going to have Cody Rhodes, our user character. I keep forgetting we don't have heels and faces in AEW, as they've stated. Cody Rhodes will be in the main event. He will take on Nick Jackson in a precursor for what's to come. The pay-per-view when we go the Rhodes Brothers versus the Young Bucks when Matt is over his injury. So pinfall victory, simple win because it's all, as I say, a televised show. It's not as if it's like a pay-per-view match where we need to go, no pun intended, all out. Can I check my schedule? So I can't confirm for sure who's all going to be missing. I think we're missing 3 or 4 guys when it gets to the weekend. If I'm right in saying Omega's missing. We did have Kenny versus... Alright, I've got an idea. It's going to cut a promo. Promo is going to be generic, and it's going to be from Jon Moxley. But I don't want to reveal any more of what the promo is based on until we get to it in the show, because that will kind of give away the deal that I'm hoping to do going forward. So that'll be our main event match and a final promo just to kind of boost the rating up of the show to make sure we gain popularity. We'll utilise a bit of the other card as well that we've not been doing as much. So if we get rid of the workers, it means get rid of the women's division, they'll have a match as well. Let's go with Joey Janela. Let's team him up with Darby Allin, his son that might need a victory. So put the two of them together. And let's put them against Sammy Guevara, who was really, really promising earlier on. And have him team with... who could we have him teaming up with? I'm gonna go... Did I go T-Hawk? I I could go Marco Stunt. Yeah. But change it. Hangman. So Guevara and Hangman Page. 12-minute match. What match you're going to do here is have Hangman go over. We'll give him as much chance as possible as we can to get over. If he doesn't get over, we'll obviously need to write him off television before the event. So Joey Janela, Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara, Adam Page. Storytelling match we'll just make from the women's division. So again, habit, always collecting faces and heels. I'm going to go and give an opportunity to Sadie Gibbs, and we'll put her in action against who we yet to really utilise. Aja Kong. So it'll be like a promising showing from Sadie Gibbs, but in the end, Aja Kong will pick up the win. So victory, pinfall, decisive, and I'll say we'll keep Sadie Gibbs looking strong. Just to that she put up a good shot, but at the end of the day, just wasn't to be. Storytelling match, that's fine. We want that. And that gives the ladies some opportunity. As I say, we will be looking to move to a 2-hour show. I just want to get properly into the swing of things and really have an idea who we're going to keep, who we're going to get ready, and then look to see who we're going to be bringing in. Because inevitably, we will bring people in. That's obviously got to happen. So 43 minutes, we need some more promos. So we'll start the show hyping up our main event, but we'll also have all four in the ring hyping up the pay-per-view. So it'll be Cody and Dustin, and there with Nick and Matt as they get ready to prepare for Fight for the Fallen. So that's fine. That promo can start the show. We need a good co-main as well. So I'm going to make something that's going to go all out. So we'll get rid of the mid-card. Let's go with Kenny Omega against Christopher Daniels. That seems like it could be a good matchup. We'll have Kenny pick up the win, 13 minutes, steal the show to get that. And oh, Jamie, that was awful. Absolutely awful. Hated that game. Like, I wouldn't have minded it so much if it was like a good game to watch, but that's two matches that were absolutely tragic. You know that, and the game in midweek. Like, I'm being deadly serious. I get more entertainment and more enjoyment by watching Gaboli doing ridiculous skills and David Turnbull just generally being David Turnbull. Like, I'd have watched, even if I wasn't a Morrow fan, I'd have watched Morrow over how bad that the teams were. Right on, it's happening, mate. Good to see you, buddy. I know it's a lot of people I've just kind of not spoke to in ages because I've just been kind of hibernating away and don't really been streaming or anything and just kind of playing F1, to be honest. But the thing is, I do plan to actually stream F1 as well when it comes out the new one. I think you could first, but the transition to TW was always going to come to Twitch at one point, so I thought, do you know what, we'll play it a bit before the new one comes out. Get me back into the mood of streaming. Still playing FM. Found a wee save with second division team in Northern Ireland, Larne. They've got like 4 million in the bank. Get 1.3 million to spend, but nobody wants to come. But the team's like pissing the league, so I can half-arse it and like, play games. And then the challenge will pretty much be once I win the league to try and progress in Europe. So I'm going to try and get somebody to get like 1,000 goals. That's my name in that. Anyway, wrestling's good. Wrestling the night as well with NXT, so we stream to try and take us through to that. So we'll have Omega and Daniels up there co-main, and the new TW. They've not really given an exact time because like one fuck up in the code could delay it. I've always just said to people like the way Adam's talking about it, you're looking at between 6 months to a year. Earliest we could be looking is probably December. He stated that, but he says it could be as late as March, April. But it sounds good. You know what I mean? It's a lot more updated than this. Like there was a big jump from the game before this, 13 to 16, but the move from 16 to 2020 should be good. I was going to go AEW in 2020, but I've always called this the precursor because I'd played a WWE save literally for 3 years solid, and my roster was a bit bloated and it was getting stale. This one, there's a big challenge ahead and there's a lot of creative freedom with it. So I was going to do was going to unveil this guy here today. So if I go to, it depends how much you're going to play it. It basically is FM, for wrestling. Probably talking $35, whatever that translates to in pounds, but you're still going to get a solid 6 months. People will always be making databases that are relevant, and obviously you get your historical databases as well. And then you get the new version out, as I say, 6 to 12 months. There is older versions on Steam, but like the difference between 13 to 16 was quite drastic. Well, I tried to get back to 13, I'm just like, I couldn't. And then 10's on there as well, but I never played 10. I basically went from EWR, which is like a free to play version, but it's like a 10. That's 10's not even enough. Probably like 100 for the depth of this. Like you just picked 8 segments, matches, and all that. You had no other creative freedom, and then this just completely blows out the water. But it really depends how much you're going to play it. So that's the way I look at it. You know what I mean? If you get 35 hours of it, you're probably getting like 50 pence an hour. Alright? I've got mixed martial arts versions as well, but if you're into like MMA and that. So here I was going to do in a 40 angle, where Mick Foley would actually make his debut, but he would basically be confirming, cheap pop, right here, that Jay Lethal had signed, because that was something I was delighted to get a hold of. So Mick Foley doesn't like to be scripted either, fair enough. So that would come in there, so it gives Omega and Daniels a bit of hype getting into it. It does mean we cut some time off of Janela and Darby Allin. And we'll take a minute from Cody and Nick as well. Right, so before I just do the venue and that, so the few things we done earlier on, we had a little creative meeting and all that, so the people that were in the stream earlier, that's the kind of people we're looking at. But what we missed off stream, WWMOS as I've called it, basically Maria Kanellis, Candice LeRae, Ashley Lane and Emily Reid all get pregnant in the same day. Jay Lethal's signed, we've just covered that. Errol Hebner retired, so we had to bring in his son Brian as our new senior official. We've signed Frankie Kazarian and Awesome Kong to brand new deals. And Steve Kern has unfortunately died in game. So yeah, quite a lot happened in like the 6 days between 2 television tapings. As far as the Cordy, there is no Liverpool fans here so far. Thank God. But yeah, I'd be very surprised if they were here. Like if they were normal, they'd go out and get pished and just celebrate. That's class, man. I've not really. Who's the last wrestler I met? It genuinely might have been Rusev, and that was at Mania, like a couple of years ago. I've not really went to many shows. That's just WWE's just been kind of meh, and when you see them all, you've kind of done that. You know what I mean? But done SWA, Scottish Wrestling Alliance, and Mania weekend just there. Pretty good. You know what I mean? Like Grado was there, Lionheart, Sha Samuels, and that. I might do another WWE event. I'm just kind of waiting. To be honest, there's so many things I want today that Mania's like one of them again, but it's quite far down in the list. You know what I mean? Like, generally my number one target at this moment in time is to get to a Grand Prix weekend. So that's kind of what I'm putting money by, and hopefully one weekend I'll get that to happen. Alright, so that's our show. I'll need more angles. Alright. Well, the good news is, Jamie, basically there's a new company started, All Elite Wrestling, heavily bankrolled. It's an alternative, but it's just the fact that it is an alternative, it is something different that's going to be very big. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to hate WWE, you know what I mean? I do still, to an extent, enjoy it. It can get very tiresome watching it, even in just highlight form. But sometimes competition brings the best out of, and more options to watch stuff's good, you know what I mean? I enjoy watching New Japan, but I don't get my way and watch it. I'll go out and watch Wrestle Kingdom because it's amazing, but it's a long show. But no, it's just having the biggest thing I liked about AEW, and it's a small thing, was the events on a Saturday night. What a difference that makes to over here. Nah, Monaco was actually last week, and he had the E3 the week before, or 2 weeks before. That's one thing that was tempting me as well. Formula E when it's in London. I was hoping to do maybe even the NBA UK game, but there's no one this year. It's in Paris. They got it. Alright, so we need to try and get 13% into a promo, so Janela and Darby Allin have lost more time since we're sticking to the rules. And let's have a hype package. Let's hype someone up. Let's hype up MJF. He's someone we're really getting behind here, so we'll hype him up. Can only give him 2 minutes, unfortunately. And there we go, show's perfectly balanced. There we go. So there's a lot of people missing on the show, but I just want to keep it an hour now just to, as I say, continue into it. I've done shows in the Great Lakes, we've done shows in the Southwest. I think this one we'll move to the Southeast, just covering areas that we're popular in and basically maximising our income as much as we can. Let's have a wee look, see what we've got options of. So we've got JC Love Field in Louisiana, 3,000, cool. We'll go with the. So I go to a gymnasium, that sounds B-Tech. We'll go Statesboro versus Georgia. I say the closest I came to watching a women's game was when they did the cup final, Motherwell against Hibs, and Motherwell got absolutely pumped in it. So the next closest I've been to, but we had a chance to go and watch the women when it was the Olympics, but we ended up just watching Spain somehow lose, despite having like De Gea, Mata, and I think it was Javi Martinez playing. It had been him or the other Martinez, Ignacio. But yeah, somehow they lost. Probably Rodrigo's fault. But that's our show. Our go home show. We'll see how it does. So, 2,931 at the Clement Stadium, so just under a sellout. Hyping up our match for Fight for the Fallen, we have Cody Dustin, Nick and Matt Jackson in the ring. D plus 49, and that segment got the show off to a strong start and got the crowd hot. So that's good to see, good start. No skill improvements, and yeah, a few negatives. Opener. Subpar Wrestling, Little Heat, Sammy Guevara and Adam Page defeat Joey Janela and Darby Allin in 7:39. Page picks up the win over Janela, try to get some overness, because Page has got 4 weeks to get over, or less than that, and we'll just put somebody else in the AEW title fight. So we'll see what happens there. D minus 40 anyway. Janela and Penelope Ford are a good pairing. In terms of in-ring style, you can see there, Sammy Guevara could be our wild card, best performance. Then Janela, then Hangman Page. Hi Carol, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. I know I'm actually playing a wrestling game. Who would have thought? Hype package for Maxwell Jacob Friedman, just a F13. We're slowly getting him over. He's going to be a massive work in progress. And about the terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Aja Kong defeats Sadie Gibbs, 5:58, and E minus 19. Whatever gave you that impression that I am not into wrestling? Well, you can see there it's two ladies that aren't particularly over in the US, so we have to build a lot of people up and give them as much an opportunity as we can. So we really are relying on the main eventers and the upper mid carders to see the show through to a successful level and allow the younger talents to develop. That's why somebody like Aja Kong as well, she's like 48, but her psychology skills, her skills can hopefully, not in this case, but get the worker improvement up and help Sadie Gibbs develop into an all-rounder. If I can get Dana Brooke to be a main eventer, I can hopefully develop a few others. Next up, Mick Foley announces right here on twitch.tv, bang bang, that Jay Lethal signed a contract. So 10 years on from the Black Machismo, he's in here. So D plus 50, and we'll put Jay Lethal in some sort of match, hopefully at Fight for the Fallen, if he's not getting used by ROH or anywhere else. So it's a decent D plus 50. I was kind of hoping that would have, I did get the crowd hotter, so it's basically done what it was meant to do. Co-main, decent. Kenny Omega defeats Chris Daniels 13:11 with a one-winged angel. Match get the crowd buzzing. C minus 55. Omega with a better performance than Daniels. That's good to see. I'm quite guilty of continually just jobbing Christopher Daniels out. Not particularly jobbing him, but using him to put people over because he's such an effective ring worker who's obviously on the decline in terms of his physical ability. And you can notice with a few wrestlers, it certainly happened with John Cena and AJ Styles in my WWE save, that can be a nasty decline and they can lose a lot of skills. They'll keep their popularity, but their skill set's tragic. Main event, decent matchup. Cody defeats Nick Jackson 1306 with a silver spoon DDT. That's it, he's so good he always loses. That's a good way to sum it up. So match get the crowd hotter. Cody with a better performance than Nick. Don't think this will be breaking any record shows. But it means it is the momentum on the side of the Rhodes family. We'll wait and see. I finished the show. Dean Ambrose basically said, I don't have a match for Fight for the Fallen, so I'm challenging anybody to come and face me. Simple, effective, B-minus 76. I don't know who he's going to face at this moment in time. I don't know if anybody signed up, but you'll see what I'm thinking in a second. So C-minus 56, again, does its objective. Popularity increase in 18 regions, that's what you want. That's the regions of the US and Canada that we are currently televised in. As I say, we aren't making massive gains, but slowly but surely we'll get there, and then we can go for a more aggressive TV deal. Because it's only a 6-month TV deal we've got, so we can try and get something a bit better. Now the joys of loading times. So while we're waiting on this to take forever, we're simply thinking for NXT then. We're looking forward to it, I'll be honest. I haven't watched an episode of NXT since the last takeover, but sometimes it's better to get in blind and it's fairly enjoyable. Let's have a look. That's one thing I'll say, Alan, is I don't particularly agree with the e-license, but it's the only way you can get it. Like, folk are continually saying get it on Steam and they just won't put the updated versions on Steam. Might even be worth checking out the forums. Nobody knows on the Grey Dog forums. I don't have a link to hand, unfortunately. But if I remember, I'll send you a link forward if I can after the stream. Let's have a look. Cheech. This is worrying, man. I remember he's 35. I used to sign him when he was like his mid-20s. It was Cheech and Chong, that was the tag team. And they were fucking incredible. Oh, it was Cheech and Cloudy, sorry, Up in Smoke, that was it. Cheech and Chong, it was a film. But no, they two were just outstanding, man. They were a team because they both had a high speed stat that you could just abuse the hell out of in EWR. So let's look. Monday Night Dynamite was excellent, and Raw was pretty good. You can see the other gaps already, just like 5,000 fans. Also, I got kind of lazy and just gave us the Thunder image. 0.11, so we're down in last week's 0.112. So the big news, basically, I've done a bit of looking about, and we can join an alliance of New Japan World, which would see us partner up with CMLL, NJPW, Revolution Pro, and Ring of Honor, giving us an opportunity to bring in talent so they places on loan. So then we can jump in here and go, right, cool, we would like to take Tanahashi for an appearance, and they would be like, cool, on you go. We can bring in Kota Ibushi if we wanted and have that big match. So it's good to have that kind of stuff. We certainly will be utilising that Fight for the Fallen. Of course, not just putting our guys over, but also, you know, creating dream matches. That's basically what we're looking to do here. It is well, try to keep it realistic. At the same time, got to make it fantasy booking. No, expected deliveries just when they're expecting it to be there. Unless I've misread that. We expect it to be delivered for. Is that it? Unless I've misread it and you've actually meant not expected. See, I had a feeling. I don't know. Just got to stay quiet and talk about wrestling. I don't even know what expedited means. So let's look there. Teddy Hart to stay with MLW. Fuck up, Jamie. See that this is what Twitch has missed, man. Me making just absolute scenes like that. Why am I watching fucking softball, by the way? I turned the telly that quick when the final whistle went because it was that bad. Don't get me wrong, other options aren't very good. Don't get me wrong, there's Scottish Premiership football in 10 minutes. I still refuse to use Amazon. Thank God they don't sell pop vinyls, or I would be upset. Oh, come on, Deadpool 2's on. Finishes in like 15 minutes. That's a pain in the hint. I love him looking through films and stuff. Nah, I had to keep it. Well, I kind of had that wee bit of hope that there was going to be a yellow card for Allison. Jesus, fuck, good job I don't fucking use Sky Movies. Like, we've only got it because they offered us it, because the fucking film selection's pish. I actually done not too bad, man. I had Gabby goal anytime, Gabby goal, first goal scorer, and then I shoved a few quid on Gabby goal to score the second goal. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to put MTV Dance on, give us a second. If that still has a channel. MTV Live, hits, bass, music. Right, MTV Dance seems to be dead. I'm assuming it's now Club MTV. So basically, as I say, I'm not playing any music because it ends up obviously copyright and stuff like that. And in case any of the folk want to watch it that follow us on YouTube and just want to watch it on demand, so I'll have some tunes in the background. Alright. PWG. So we don't really need to worry about any other contract offers because we can still look to bring them in through the alliance. But maybe somebody like a Bad Luck Valley could be somebody we bring in. Not amazingly over, but it could be a good hand if we want to build any stables down the line. Because the objective is pretty much, look at the size of Hornswoggle, he's tiny there. Oh, he's tiny IRL, but just shows how often the screen's up. But yeah, plan is basically make us a lot of money in game. For there, we'll pretty much be looking to be a bit more aggressive. We need to get the overness up before we can start getting for written deals. Then we'll look to utilise that and bring in our main guys, Moxley full time, Young Bucks, etc., so they're our property only. Then we'll start looking at aggressive signings of WWE guys. But if Rhino does get released, he'll come in because I think he's a good veteran that can work with people. But we'll keep an eye out anyway. No Fun Done. Oh, I've actually seen him wrestle. He's actually wrestled in Monroe once. Damien Dunn. I noticed that a lot of companies are struggling that they're getting put to later time slots, so that could work in our favour. Matt Briscoe, as long as that's not a written deal. Well, we could still bring him in. Matt Jackson back at 100%. Remind me as well, I need to check the schedule to see who's missing for this show before we get into it. I actually need to hire people that we're going to bring in, so I'll look to loan in 3 people. It might be a bit expensive because they'll be pretty much going double the money we'd be paying a contracted worker. But if there's anyone that watches like New Japan, etc., and somebody that want to see face Moxley, let us know. Triple A are going to sell out LA Park. Scott, see, that's the thing, man. See if it isn't in WWE, it's somebody we could generally bring in. Are they getting just into a written deal? Because that's something I'd love to bring in. Paper appearance, so we wouldn't need to worry, we could still bring them down. MLW, that's fine with Tommy Dreamer. Right, so schedule, people missing tonight's show. We've got my calendar. Give it a shout. Needs more Benoit. Right, so people that are missing, quite a few. Well, Seema was going to face Kenny Omega, so that match isn't going to happen. Apart from that, you're missing Jay Lethal. That's about it. Everybody else is kind of there. Alright, so if I just go to our pre-bookings, we'll move. Well, that means we're going to have Kenta v Pac. Kenta v Pac is going to happen. Move that to All Out. And we'll move that to All Out. Whether it happens or not, in fact, actually. Brandy versus Ali will move to television, to Monday Night Dynamite. We'll have that next show there. Any suggestions as well for the September pay-per-view name? Let us know. But so far we've got lined up Kenta versus Pac, The Addiction versus Los Guerreros de Cio, and the Rhodes Brothers against the Young Bucks. That's not a shabby lineup. Shh, it's a bit harsh on Jamie, man. Jesus. Right, so what I'm going to look to do is bring in a few people. So if we go to talent trades, in fact, Alliance Sloan, surely that's cheaper. Tell you now. No, it's actually probably cheaper if you do it the other way. Because then you don't have to pay the admin fee. Alright, so because Alan suggested it, let's bring in Minoru Suzuki. One-off appearance. Oh, I need to offer something in exchange. Oh fuck, I'll just do that, can I loan them? I'll pay the admin fee. He's not getting any other talented wrestlers. So, Minoru Suzuki is in. And John Moxley's got his opponent. Let's see who else we can bring in. It's also a good way to scout people, because then I can go, right, cool, how over are they? Let's get Bandito in as well, that's fine. From ROH. And Marty I'm going to leave because I do want to bring him in at one point. And Zack Sabre Jr. So we're properly already just like not keeping it realistic. So Zack Sabre Jr. will come in as an upper mid carder. Won't carry the overness. I was on what the fuck you were on about September series and September Slam. I'm like, oh, that's because I asked for the September pay-per-view. Doesn't need to involve September, it's just that's when it's going to be. For mid carder. For Bandito. And Minoru Suzuki would be a mid carder. Him versus Ambrose is going to be fucking mad. So a couple of people unhappy, morale issues. I can't afford to pay out the 1k just now to keep them happy. and those will disappear after tonight's AEW fight for the Fallen. So let's crack on, let's book our second pay-per-view. What we're looking to beat here, if I just quickly go to show history, Fighter Fest was our first ever show, so at least this time we've got television getting into it. Attendance was 4,500. We had a average pay-per-view and TV rating, let's say. In fact, only 1,000 people bought it, and a C minus 56. So let's see how we do. Even flow, cheers to follow, man. Much appreciated. So I'm hoping here to get something decent. See, that makes it look much worse that all the people are missing. Oh, for goodness sake, Zack Sabre Jr. can't make it. As long as Suzuki's fine, that's fine. So broadcasters will obviously be on Fight TV and ITV Box Office. I'm just going to keep them just now. Gives us a wee bit of exposure, but if we are progressing at a good rate, we'll probably look to try and can them and bring in something else. I'd imagine so. They usually do that thing with Pat McAfee or whatever. I've not been paying attention to NXT. I just know what the card is. That's generally about it. I say I'm streaming to 12 because I'm like, cool, I'll play a bit of FM if there isn't a pre-show. Or maybe even just watch some YouTube clips to get me knowing what's happening. I think here we'll stay in the southwest. We'll try and get a 5k attendance. If I can remember off the top of my head, we have Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong. Street Profits, Undisputed Era, Lorcan and Birch, and somebody else in a fatal 4-way tag match. I can't remember why that's just over my head. Well, there's wrestling tonight, Jamie. Wrestling? I know there's boxing as well, but no, there's wrestling. Shayna Baszler versus Io Shirai, which should be really good because Io Shirai's been class every time I've seen her. Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Breeze, which could be pretty decent for the North American. Gargano versus Cole, and I think that's it. 5 matches. So you're probably talking a show just over 2 hours. Somebody get the banhammer out and Jamie, man. Well, I wouldn't say all wrestling shite. I really do enjoy what we've been given from All Elite and enjoying. There's a few things you can enjoy with WWE. The night will be fantastic. I don't have any issues with that. Friday might be tolerable. I know it's in Saudi Arabia, but you've got a show when you're eating your dinner. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be Saudi show on one screen, Canada practice on the other. But that's the thing, man. As soon as Limmy's on, as I say, it's Indemnity 12, so I'll have Limmy on the PC, and I'll have NXT on the telly. There you go. Jamming, bit of Limmy. Singing, what was that? He sang that song last night, it was like something, it was meant to be night, and he kept saying shite, and he couldn't stop laughing. But anyway, Kenta versus Pac. If you want to try and find us half the time on here, Jamie, we're usually in Limmy streams. Especially at the weekend. So I'm usually in my bed for 10 o'clock during the week. Do you know, both guys can't really get a loss here, so I'm going to make this an all-out 15-minute draw. Can we get a time limit draw? There we go. Time limit draw, steal the show. Neither guy suffers because it. Makes both look completely badass. I'm alright with that. Next up, Rhodes Brothers versus the Young Bucks. We'll give them 80 minutes. I think Dustin will struggle a little bit, but we are going to have Matt Jackson pick up the win on Dustin. And we'll make that a slow build. That will be possibly the main event. I still want to see what else we can put out together. I actually do think Moxley versus Minoru Suzuki will probably main event. This one I was looking forward to. 12 minutes. I'll actually probably make this the opener. We'll give Daniels a victory over Jack Evans because I do want to keep Angelico pretty strong. So nice and simple booking. There we go, that's that done. That's 3 matches in already. We are going to see, as I say, John Moxley, if I can find him. So you can see that his stats are pretty okay. Popularity's at a good level, so that's always going to help us. I think it's really fluctuated, has it? Nah, pretty much stayed the same. I think storylines only really affect it. The popularity, obviously we're not running storylines, but again, we might look to that. I don't want to give somebody a massive push on a storyline and then they leave us, since they're not a written member of the team. Suzuki, he should go over with a lot of his stats there. Overness, not performance, yes. So there we go, John Moxley against Minoru Suzuki. I'm keeping all matches normal, but this would just be a one for the ages. So there we go. Do we make it main event? I'll say aye. Try to remember who else we brought in. I don't think we did bring anybody else in, because obviously Thingy's unavailable. Who can we have Jericho against? There's your main event. No build behind it, but let's go Jericho against Penta. I was actually going to go Sammy Guevara there. I want to keep him strong, keep that positive. So let's go Chris Jericho against Penta El Zero. Unfortunately, we need to put Jericho over, because Jericho needs to be in a strong position come our next event. So he's defending, or not defending the championship, but he's got a chance to win it. So Jericho against Penta, Moxley Suzuki, Rhodes Brothers Young Bucks, Kenta v Pac, Addiction versus Los Guerreros de Cielo. In fact, we'll give the women's division a bit of depth in this one, so we'll give them a fatal 4-way. So 3v3. It's just the way this mod is, sorry. There we go, 4-way match in our women's division. We'll have Smiley Kylie Ray, we'll have Ali, we'll have Hikaru Shida, and we'll have Britt Baker. And I think we'll put Ali over on Smiley Kylie Ray. I just feel like she's probably one of the more talented women we've got, or the more over at least, so we'll give her the win. That's someone we can base in the division. We got basically the same folk we get all the time, so we've got Queen of the South for the second year in a row. We've got Morton for the second time in 3 years, Annan for like the second time in 3 years, and we have Dumbarton. Yeah, I can't wait. I just wanted to play Airdrie. I didn't want anybody else. I just wanted Airdrie. I've not played Airdrie since 2005, and even that it was away. Richie Foran scored. That was there. But the last time I was at Airdrie, his pitch was when Motherwell played Steaua Bucharest, and Bogdan Stanko scored. Since there are actual rivals. Right. That might be our full card actually. See, I don't want to do the over the top, like, over the budget battle royal, because then you're just putting people in for the sake of putting them in and wasting money. One more match. Adam Page, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I just need to get them on the main stage. Hangman will win. 8-minute match. And that will be a DQ finish because of interference by the Luchasaurus. There we go. We'll book that in there. So 2 non-finishes in a row, 2 and 1 assault. In fact, there we go, we can add it all up. So the Calvary will be Shawn Spears, who was previously attacked. Victim, Hangman Page. And the Luchasaurus and Maxwell Jacob Friedman as the attackers. So make that a 5-minute segment. You can book that in there, and then if we go to add to pre-booking, we can add in for Monday Night Dynamite. Oh, wrong one. Booked match, and then we'll have a match for Monday. So you book in Shawn Spears teaming up with. I seen that. All my bets were terrible. I think my in-play was Fabinho get booked. That was my normal bet. Okay, it was shite anyway. Still really bad. Well, the save wasn't for Gabigo. Bad day at the office. So Shawn Spears, he'll be teaming up with. Who is he teaming up with? Shawn Spears and Adam Hangman Page against Maxwell Jacob Friedman and the Luchasaurus. What a matchup. What a matchup. One for the ages. Right, so we're going to have a promo. Again, it boosts the rating up. Chris Jericho and Penta. And this time it's going to be Penta that gets the over-the-top special entrance. So put that there. Pre-match special singles entrance. Penta, it's another 5 minutes. We'll probably take this to the full 150. Somehow a 2.5 hour show that's been quite quickly booked. So Jericho hit the promo. That's fine. I'm going to then have a hype video. Right, actually. Open challenge. Just really boosting the stuff we can get from Moxley. Because he'll have a high entertainment. So he's made the challenge, and that means Suzuki comes out. There we go. Just so we're maximising pop. So he'll do that. A heated confrontation after the match between Cody and Dustin, likely heading towards Cody versus Dustin 2. We'll have a brawl to the back. I can find it. 1v1. Fuck is brawl for the back. It's under post match. Which will be Kenta and Pac will just fight to the back. See, this is when you're used to using certain angles. This is how quickly you can book a TW show when you've got it in your head. So 7 more minutes, that's booked in, they 2 will go there. And yeah, that means we can just hype the show up with a hype video for Chris Jericho versus Penta. I'm going to drop a bit of time on this one, since it's not a slow build. Gives me 4 minutes because that is then going to be Jon Moxley cutting a promo on Kenny Omega. So basically, a bit setting up for the next event. There we go. Because Kenny's obviously not at the show, but can still have a promo cut on him. So fully abusing the fact that you'll get good ratings with Jericho and Moxley. So there you go, that is a Fight for the Fallen. We got a 59, I think, for our last event. We are way did I book this? Brent Bown. I think that means I did pick it, didn't I? Brent Bown, round ballpark, 5k, Autumn, Utah. Go on. That's the only thing I'm worried about, is this industry's falling and the economy's falling. Canada's horrible, so we're not going to be in Canada for a long time. Same with Mexico. The UK, I think we'll start to base in the UK once it fully declines there, but we need to get more over. Or we're going to have like a shit show in the UK that actively gets fans there. Market's good in Japan, we just don't have many fans there. I couldn't run a 177 fan show, or it'd be horrible. Europe and Australia needs better distribution as well. So let's see how we do. This is All Elite Wrestling, and this is Fight for the Fallen. So 4,996 fans, just under a sellout. Sorry. Jericho v Penta gets the show off to a strong start and the crowd hotter. They're hyped for this main event match, which is a C62. Good opener, very good opener. Bout that had a decent wrestling, not a lot of heat. Because I'm not putting the storylines behind them, you're not getting heat, but as I say, storylines will come down the line. Addiction defeats Los Guerras deCio, 11:33. Jack Evans losing to Daniels. Daniels getting better his gimmick. Got the crowd hotter. You can see the performance-wise, just the addiction and a good level there with 60 odd rated. Few skill improvements. Only negative was Daniels' declining physical ability and Helico's inconsistency, and because their announced team is still getting used to each other. Fatal 4-way women's match saw a win for Ali over Smiley Kylie Ray, Hikaru Shida and Britt Baker. E+33. Ali with the highest in-ring performance, but I'd say pretty even. I'm being honest, few skill improvements. You're always going to lose a few points when you have it as a storytelling match. Next up, terrible matchup. Hangman Page defeats MJF in 7:44 for the DQ. It does look like Hangman is going to be struggling in terms of getting that match against Jericho, because a 31 performance just isn't at the right level where we need him to be. But we're setting up for that tag match as well. Luchasaurus and MJF are maybe not as over as we'd like. Same with Shawn Spears and Adam Page. This only draws an E23 when Shawn Spears makes the save, but it did cool the crowd a little bit, so not ideal. But the crowd got buzzing again. It was a match that had decent wrestling and not a lot of heat. The draw between Kenta and Pac was a D+52. They didn't click, so this, if they clicked, was probably going to be like a 60 odd rated match. They lose quite a bit when it's an awkward bout, so we'll probably make them face each other again, but that's just on the basis to see who wins, because we can't really leave it at a draw. So disappointing that that's been the outcome there, but I was looking forward to that match. Makes both guys look really strong coming out it, so that's good. And especially you finish up with an all-out brawl, E29, you kinda need to keep it going. Next up, decent matchup. The Young Bucks defeat the Rhodes Brothers in 17:40. Matt Jackson beats Dustin with the Meltzer driver. Dustin the weak link. C64. Got the crowd hotter as well. You can see the difference in performance. In fact, how over Nick and Matt are, even in comparison to Cody and Dustin. You could even say that the Young Bucks would be main eventers, just in considering their pop and their skill level. So I'm interested in how we handle that, because we don't want to be putting them in the main event. So as Cody says, it's a super kick party. Just a second. Jamie says, genuinely thought this was you using Google Translate to reply in Portuguese when I typed back to Flamengo saying, "Gone yourself, Gabigo," in proper Scottish. "Gone yourself, son, gone." Jamie Griff, of course. So yeah, we're going to phase Dustin out. Confrontation get a D43, not horrible, but again leads to just mute him. Holy shit, so John Moxley is in the ring with a microphone, says, "Can I be defeated by anyone? Who is going to face John Moxley tonight?" B plus 87, the best segment in All Elite Wrestling history. Just wait till we get like an A-rated segment, we'll be going wild. But fantastic there, Alex Marvez was pretty weak, so I think we'll probably get rid of him at one point. I'll probably bring in Matt Striker, because I tend to go with Matt Striker in every save. I enjoy his work on Lucha Underground and the fact he's a mark. So co-main, Moxley versus Suzuki. What's he going to get? I'm pretty happy with that. Decent matchup. Moxley defeats Suzuki 15:48 with a one-hitter. C62, pretty good, far higher than we should be getting. Moxley with a 75 performance to Suzuki's 26, and the performance throughout is good. Suzuki's stale after his one-off appearance. Okay, don't particularly get that, but that's the kind of fantasy matches that we can have here in All Elite Wrestling with this new alliance with New Japan, Ring of Honor, and CMLL, and of course Rev Pro. Which is our main event. Of course, Moxley will cut his promo on Kenny, which is a B-75. Still to come, obviously, should Kenny be available. Please to God be available, Kenny. Main event type, Jericho's promo on Penta L0. B80, Jericho improvised well. So again, just showing you the solid hands we're getting from Jericho and Moxley. 47 for the Penta L0 over the top entrance. And our main event match was superb. Jericho with a win and 18:06 with a code breaker. C plus 66. It's not bad. Still going to get us a pop increase. No skill improvements, and overall, yeah, pretty good. Fatigue for Penta L0, but that's cool. We'll give him a rest on television tape on Monday. So we finished the show. C plus 69. Show increases popularity in 16 regions. That's what you want. Does the job. Pay-per-view just covers America, we don't have anything for Canada, and then of course the 5 regions of the United Kingdom as well. I think they are Nick, Matt, and Moxley will be the 3 that we'll point out as a good example. So pleased, pleased, and pleased. So what we'll do is we'll book next week's television. We'll go through until the start of August, and then we'll end it at August, but that'll give us an idea of how we've financially done in the month of July. If we probably should have been chasing more aggressive television deals. Or should have been maybe using lesser known wrestlers and instead of going for like big hitters for lower down the card. Let's see if there's anything here. Pay-per-view was awesome, so folk are happy with that. That's good to see. Nobody for WWE getting sacked. David Finlay Jr. there. I thought it was like TJ Perkins was missing her. So Suzuki's gone. He's had his one fight. John Moxley's going to get rested as well. And not point not free, so better than the TV rating. But the buy rate was a 0.01, so still pretty poor there. Just to give you an idea, so a 0.01 in the UK, which we're still building up, and Fight TV was very, very poor. I'm going to see. New deal for events. Oh, hold on. Broadcasters. Pay-per-view. USA. They would negotiate with us. Still nobody bigger. But subscription, everything I think would be tiny. Oh well, Hulu's small. Twitch, Ustream, everything's tiny. So we need to get bigger as a company. You could make the move to Hulu, but I'd rather stick in Fight TV. Then we know we're on the same level as Impact, Ring of Honor, and rest companies that in this game we're at level with. A lot of people with morale issues, that's just because with so many people missing. When they miss an event, they just get pissed off with it. That's cool. There's a lot of people there. Isaiah Cassidy. Excuse me, I had to sneeze there. Peter Avalon, Mark Quinn, just people I'm not really intending to use. And if their contracts are up and I want to keep them, they'll get better morale. But some minor morale issues isn't necessarily panic stations. Sweet. I'd say I'll only be another like 20 minutes anyway, and then I'll be over and on my stream. I'll even give him a host. What a guy. I'm a. And then that'll let me jump on the alarm save for the rest of the night. It's magic, but you don't stream and then you end up streaming for like twice in one day. But if I'm going to be consistent, it's if we get the midweek streams, that'll be the kicker. Oh, Sniggins with Jimmy Griff. Liverpool fan. So Hulk Hogan's finally retiring at the age of 66. Ryan Knobs is retiring, conveniently in the same day. Bobby Fish is going to get a new WWE contract. Saxon Huxley. How is he in this actually? Average. He's only 23, what? If his stats were a bit better, he's somebody you could certainly put a bit of faith in. Right, so Bandido was the other one that I completely forgot we'd signed. Cool. Let's jump into Monday Night Dynamite. So we're missing Bandido and we're missing Pac. So that means we will get that matchup that everyone was waiting for. Brandy Rhodes versus Ali. And of course we're going to put Brandy over because she's the Chief Brandy Officer. So that'll be our storytelling match. I think that match will flop massively, but my in-game character is Cody Rhodes. This is his wife. You kinda need to put her over. And Ali, we can think of something to do there. Right, Ali, we'll keep you strong. There we go. I'm also adding that tag match, and we will have finally getting a win. Sean Spears, but it'll be a win over the Luchasaurus. I want to really protect MJF, so that'll be pinfall. I have a promo as well where MJF will comment on Adam Page. Tell you what, man, Club MTV's getting all the tunes on the night. Jax Jones, Martin Solveig, Madison Beer, all day and night. Tune. There we go. I just want to check if I go to injuries, there'll be a few people that don't necessarily need to be risked. So, Penta L0, Pac and Bandido. So that's cool, just Penta. We can use Moxley if we want. So Page picks up the win. Let's see if it allows us. There we go. He's going to be attacked by a mystery opponent. So that's how he is out of the match. It all out. So it's going to be Chris Jericho versus... He's been a victim of a sneak attack. We'll have a little bit at the start of the show with Cody and Dustin. We'll probably turn this into a WWE show actually, this is getting booked. So basically, that is off. And no, I don't want to add that in, that's a mistake for me. And we'll be looking to add in Cody versus Dustin 2. So if Kenny's available, then we'll have Kenny and Moxley, Sema and Omega. Oh, fuck. Let's have it now. If he's available, let's go. Let's have it just now. Get Kenny the win, and that match has happened. All out pinfall. There we go. That'll be our main event then. What else can we add in? Chris Jericho promo just basically saying no Hangman Page to just give me the goddamn championship. That's fine. Analysis, what we're missing, a Steal the Show match. Go on then, gents, you can have it. So 7 minutes, we can put in a 5-minute match. Somebody that's fairly over but needs a win. In fact, let's go Kenta. And we'll have Kenta take on... I don't know what it risks. Zack Sabre Jr. in a 5-minute match. I don't know why I make Jimmy Havoc just straight in and lose. Fuck it, Chucky T, you can take the loss. Just have Kenta destroy him. There we go, 65-minute show. We'll put that as a co-main. I just feel that Shawn Spears and Adam Page won't quite be as high as we want, so it'll probably be a lesser rated show, but we're hoping that the Jericho promo in the main event can carry it. Attendances are getting a bit higher now, 3.2 instead of the 3k we normally were getting. July, and July, so we'll book it in the Great Lakes again. Probably at one point, once we get the money, we'll look to bring in like an AEW arena. Yeah, the Marge Scott Arena from Cincinnati, Ohio. So of course we do a show in Cincinnati, Ohio, and not have John Moxley on the show. That's like a proper WWE move. So let's crack on, let's see how it goes as we build up to All Out. Dustin even, sorry, and Cody trade words in the ring. C-58, show off to a strong start, gets the crowd hotter. That's good, sell out crowd as well, by the way. So that means that we are looking at those two colliding at All Out for the second time. Crowd killed a little bit as Brandy defeated Ali. That was a E25 Brandy with a 13, Ali with a 33. I think we'll take Brandy out of in-ring competition because that's just not a level I can cater for, especially with poor basics in psychology. I don't want to affect our women's division, so she gets her one match and that'll be her. We'll give her something else to do. MJS promo on Adam Page was a D-36, so his promo skills are holding up. The match itself was a D-37. The win there for Spears and Page, thanks to the Adam's Apple. Again, Page just not a high enough level. Shawn Spears is a more credible performer in terms of going for a main event push here. So, shame, we've tried with Hangman Page, but it means now, once he comes back for he's about to happen, there's a real opportunity for us to build him over time rather than just push him straight off the bat. So he was attacked backstage, nobody knows who it was, he's bloody, he's battered, he's stunned, he's conscious, he doesn't know who's attacked him. And it's an E26, so we'll just say he's not medically cleared, and he'll be out of that match for the AEW Heavyweight Championship. What I'm thinking as well is probably debuting the Women's Championship as well, All Out, and just having that as the... I don't know, they'll have that as a premier show, or do we make it the second annual All In, which holds another 2 months of holding what titles we're going to bring in. Anyway, little heat. Kenta defeats Chuck Taylor, 459 with a Basuki knee kick, D plus 48. Good win for Kenta, he's got a 56. Over Chucky T's 31. Gives him a bit of boost in his... I've completely forgot the word. Momentum. There we go. A good win there. Sets us up for the main event, not great at all. Decent wrestling, didn't have a lot of heat, but Kenny gets the win over Cima. in 13:43 with the AI Shadow. Crowd was buzzing. 41 for Sema, 49 McKenny, so he's not quite at a level where he can carry AEW in the main event with a D47. We end the show with a Chris Jericho promo, just saying, give me the damn title. Page is out, who's my opponent going to be? And we finish that with him moaning, B77, and the crowd getting our side a wee bit. Not the greatest show, just 15 regions that we increase our pop in. The C-53 is kind of the brink of where we need to be. So it could have been better, but at least we know Kenny and Sema is not a main event. But we've got that match booked. It's out of the way. We can focus the build, hopefully, on Kenny versus Moxley. Which has the potential to be pretty damn awesome. The main thing is we can just continue to get money. So we'll check how our financial situation is at the end of the month, and we'll check our size to see if there's been progression. We're actually on the brink of cult as well, so if we can get to cult, that should hopefully open up a few avenues for us as well. I do think, if I'm being honest, that the Who has kind of made the company a bit lesser than it should be, but that's cool. So Jericho's out on loan. He's got a CMLL, so is Penta. They've taken them for a show. That's cool. We'll let you have them if it means we can borrow people for years to do stuff. Natalia's injured. She's got a strained rotator cuff, so that's her and Cesaro with injuries. WWE Crisis. You see the Crisis notes all the time. It never happens. 0.12 and Sema needs a rest. That's fine. That's cool. So we're still 7th if we just quick look at our size. So you can see there it's important that we need to get over, so we need to be focusing on the Great Lakes, the southeast and southwest. We get 2 of them over 47. We then become a cult size company. You can see there, if I just actually have track progress. So this is popularity. We haven't gained in the D areas, but you see the areas we've got an E, we've gained by 1. So slowly but surely, and a small gain in Canada as well. Mexico stayed the same with British Isles. It's not something that's done quickly, unfortunately, but we'll get there. Popularity means we just need to be getting shows over 47 ratings, so that's 3, 6, 9, 11 in the US and 5 there, and a couple in Canada as well. So we're quite good in Ontario, but we just need to focus on Great Lakes, Southeast and Southwest before the decline. So you might not see us getting there to maybe even December. I was kind of hoping we would speed up a wee bit, but it is the sheer mass amount of workers that are in the save that's causing the bit of time in between shows. The Japan 2000 show, Impact have offered a contract to Johnny Impact. So the interesting thing as well is, like in mine, the last save, TNA were always offering written contracts. The new it really seems just WWE and New Japan will be the only written contract companies. So everybody else will be fair game. Yeah, nothing really there. It's massive, I'd say. New Japan offer a contract extension to Zack Sabre Jr. That might be a written deal. Oh, I have to book him first before I can confirm what that deal is. And Jimmy Havoc. There's somebody I've not actually used yet, but we'll give him a 6-month extension. Would like $100 a month more, but that's cool, we'll do that. just in case we end up using them. I don't want to just ditch them and then we have a great plan for them. So I think at one point we do need to do Moxley versus Havoc in an actual hardcore match. That's the thing, we've got so many shows, so many dream matches that we can do because we don't need storylines. So it's like, cool, we can book this week or we can go with that on a pay-per-view and properly just have a good time and wish we could see all these matches in reality. Yeah, so WWE going to extend Tyson Kidd. Is he down as retired in this? Alright, fair enough, that's cool. Ospreay to stay with Progress. Madman Fulton. Nikki Bella playing politics? Who would have thought that? I don't think we'd have seen that one coming. But you can see they're a pretty empty day, not a lot happening. That just allows us to progress into Friday. So FM, we are just hammering spacebar, just seeing if anything interesting happens in the world. But there's a lot of stuff you can look at in TW, but I just try and keep it as basic as I can and just kind of onto the next, and so on and so forth. Also, kind of like it's nearly midnight on Saturday already. What the hell's the weekend went? I'm still this the guy that doesn't like Fridays either. Yeah, feeling there for Dragon Gate. Su Young with a bit of an injury. Bobby Fish staying with WWE. I said that would happen. They tend to always accept contract offers from WWE. That'll also give you an idea how old all the background pictures are. Like, when was the last time Becky Lynch looked like that? Ooh. The good thing as well, my intention is not to play any of this off stream, it's all strictly going to be on stream. So, like, folk, if they want to catch up and all that, don't miss out on anything. There was a temptation to, like, archive the actual shows and put them on YouTube, but I just got lazy. I'm like, nah. Too much time uploading, too many wasted time. All Japan Championship goes to, or the Garora TV title goes to Kenny Omega. So that's good that Kenny will be getting a bit more overness in Japan. It won't particularly help us until we expand to Japan, but as what it is. But again, nothing there really that affects us. There's Jimmy Havoc signed his contract. I can't even do like drug tests or anything because that's going to cost a wee bit of money that I'd rather not partly in the game. I just want to get as much in the bank as I can with the company so we can start to make aggressive plays as soon as we can. Because you've seen it, once you get to WWE levels, man, you can make like $1 billion and just throw money at people. Fair enough, it took us like 4 years to make that, and you start with like 25 million, but it can be quite easy eventually in your WWE. What we got here then? Ring of Honor of the show, ICW had the show. Impact contract for Raj Singh. Just a lot of smaller shows there, nothing too massive, nothing that really affects us. Non-exclusive contract extensions, that's fine, he's still paper appearance, that's cool, we can still bring him in whenever we desire. I might even just give him his opportunity at the All Out even. Just to explain to people that may be unfamiliar as well, Hall of Immortals is basically the WWE Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame is basically your WWE Hall of Fame, so that's pretty much everything that's in that. We wouldn't even have a Hall of Fame yet. Each company's Hall of Fame is a list of workers and staff who had the biggest impact in the promotion. Unlike Hall of Immortals, the requirements to get in the Hall of Fame are much lower, therefore successful mid-carders get in. So we're obviously a while away from that. Ours is empty. I don't want to check because it might come up, oh, these guys have all headlined the show, you can use them. So we'll skip on. We'll see how much profit we make for this month, if it's more profitable than the month of month of June. See if we're heading in the right direction. Right, so WWE, you can have a laugh at them as well. They have Extreme Rules. Main event is Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn versus Luke Gallows. Again, AI booking puts Luke Gallows in the main event. A team there of Vega and Tamina taking on the Iconics, Becky Lynch against Sarah Logan, Aleister Black as a Cruiserweight Champion. He defeated Tony Nese. Finn Balor took on Otis in Epico for the IC title. Jesus Christ. Samir Singh defeated Cedric Alexander. Jack Gallagher versus Angelo Dawkins were all pay-per-view matches. What the actual fuck WWE? I hate the AI when they book matches like that, so it's never going to happen. Let's have a look. That's a pay request for MJF. We'll give him that. We'll keep him happy because he's been solid for us. Eddie Edwards 3-time Impact. It's a question actually. Is David Richards actually retired? On hiatus? I don't think we are. If we get to Cult, we'll bring back the Wolves in. If people are happy for me to bring back the Wolves, I used to use the Wolves a lot in EWR. I'd like one last run with the Wolves, so if we can get to Cult, we'll be able to draft him back out of his hiatus. And obviously sign Ed Edwards as well. Apart from that, Tracy Williams. He could be something to look at actually. Regional battles, we finished first everywhere. Again, regional though. Once we get to Cult, it might be a bit more difficult, but we were first in every place that we were at. So that's just going to hamper the people that are chasing us. And we made 156k profit, so I'm proud to say that means one good thing and one bad thing I can announce. So we've doubled our profit margin of just under that. So we went for 85k profit the first month, 156. Ticket sales double because of television, so that's obviously a good sign. Workers though was double because of that, so not a good sign. Show costs are up as well. Where have we made the most money? It's pretty much just, I would say, ticket sales, sponsors, TV revenue. So the TV revenue straight away has given us that. So in 2 months we've made just under 250k profit. So keep going like that. We can get to 3 million, then we'll be a bit more aggressive. Negative, down to 8th in the company ranking, so who's overtaking us? So I might need to look at my strategy if that's us going down. ROH. Worrying. But as it is, as long as we are not in 8th place by the time we get to a year and 10 months, so I'd like to hope in that time we can get back up. That means basically this has to change. We have to get these to 47. So the Great Lakes is probably going to be somewhere we continually push shows just to get the importance up. Once that's up, Cult Company, go for it, hell for leather. So that's it, we're in profit. That's one thing. Momentum's up at high 82, prestige is good, so if we keep working momentum, everything else will follow as well. So that's going to be it for this stream. I'm going to jump and we'll watch Limmy, so I'll probably bunk up a host of Limmy shortly, as soon as the stream is down. In terms of the next stream for myself, excuse me, there were no more late ones until probably next Friday. That's if I decide to do it after F1. So you're probably looking at, in terms of late one, next Friday, that'll be after like F1 and WWE, so you're probably talking an actual F1 race, so you're talking maybe half 11, 12ish. You might see one, if I can probably give you an idea what we can do. You might see one tomorrow afternoon, possibility one tomorrow evening, possibility both. If there's anything Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're probably looking 7, 8ish to maybe half 9. Thursday, I don't really know because 5s and shit. So there isn't like a long time I can properly stream it. But we'll try to stream it as much as we can. Try to get back into a pattern again. We'll get some F1 up and mostly going to be TW, but you know, FM I think's in the retired column, but you never know what can happen. So just watching, much appreciated. Remember, if you aren't following already, hit the follow button. That'll just give you a notification when we're going live. Obviously, I can't guarantee you when it's going to be, so that's the best bet. Or check us out on Twitter at 21Maxwell, because I'll probably tweet it as well. Take it easy, guys. Enjoy your evening. If you're going to watch NXT, have a good time. Enjoy the show. If you're going about tomorrow afternoon, you get fuck all to do. Come join the party as we head the run. And to all out. Take it easy. Enjoy your evening. Bye bye.